Kaliwa Dam is part of the proposed new Centennial Water Source Project, an integrated dam system involving the construction of a dam at the Agus River, where the Kaliwa River is one of part of it, and it has also the Kanan River. The Kaliwa River Dam is in the Rizal Province and downstream in Quezon Province. This project is being constructed within the ancestral domain of Indigenous Dumagat and Remontado. According to the government, this dam project is meant to provide potable water to Metro Manila residents. This, however, is not a new project. It was originally constructed during the Marcos era in the 1980s, but was stopped during the Corazon Aquino's time due to the ballooning cost and the growing resistance of the communities and advocates. The revival of the project was also considered during Ramos, Estrada, and Arroyo's presidency. In 2009, Laiban Dam constructions, which then amounted to 52 billion, was again proposed by the San Miguel Corporation. In 2017, it was again revived by the Duterte administration through the proposed NCWSP and Duterte's flagship infrastructure program, the Build. Under the Official Development Assistance or ODA, the Kaliwa-Kanan Dam construction was awarded to China Energy Scheme Engineering Corporations. The loan from China will fund 85% of the 12.2 billion projects that was signed between the Manila Water Sewerage System and the China Energy Engineering Corporations during the Chinese President Xi Jinping visits to the Philippines in 2018. The Duterte government has been aggressive in ensuring that the Kaliwa Dam project will push through at the expense of Indigenous Dumagat and communities directly affected by the project. So what is the impact of this dam in the environment and the people in Sierra Madre? Aside from the controversial loan, the Laiban watershed and reservoir would mainly affect and displace the indigenous communities from our own ancestral domain. The constructions of the dam will submerge 7 barangays in the province of Rizal and in the town of General Nakar, Infanta, and Real in the province of Quezon. The community of Quiborosa, which we call now the Ground Zero, is in Quezon province. The dam construction destroyed the Sierra Madre biodiversity and ravaged the home of the threatened wildlife species, which the indigenous peoples protected and defended for so many generations. However, despite the strong opposition from the indigenous communities and environmental groups, the construction of the dam will continue and aggravates violations of the indigenous rights to self-determination and self-determined development. On December 2019, Chinese workers were witnessed doing the groundbreaking, the construction of road from the main highways leading to the Ground Zero. A community from the Ground Zero was also arrested by the Armed Forces of the Philippines and was falsely accused as a member of the New People's Army or the NPA, and is still in prison to date. The community were also barred from entering parts of our ancestral lands as the construction continues. In the province of Rizal and Quezon, There are reports that state military and police have conducted series of community meetings and threatened our villagers to accept the Kaliwa project. Vigilant anti-dam leaders and community members were tagged as members and supporters of NPA and were subjected to harassment and intimidation. The situation of indigenous communities affected by the Kaliwa Dam project has worsened during lockdowns. Instead of sending healthcare workers and socioeconomic aid to remote communities, the government has deployed more military personnel to the communities to protect the interests of corporations and the China. The Duterte administration has also taken advantage of the pandemic and lockdowns to fast-track the construction of Kaliwa Dam, while the indigenous groups have been prevented, restricted, and limited mobility to access their gardens and farms, rivers, and in the forests. As our ancestors and our martyr Nicanor Cacano de los Santos struggle legacy on the protection and defend our ancestral lands, resources, territories, and self-determination, we will continue the fight to defend our rights. If they take away our land, they take away our lives. Our land is our life. So as we persist and exist, we must defend it. This struggle is not just about us, but this is for the future generation and for us Filipino peoples. So we remain in our call, respect the rights, the IP rights to land, resources, territories, and self-determination.